So something I wanted to point out here today, and what I have a small patch of right here, I don't know exactly what it's called. You can kind of see the leaf arrangement here. Let's see if we can find one that you can really see. The stem is square. You can see the rib there. Now, if the stem is square, that means that it is in the mint family. So this will help you out. Really not sure if you can pick that up. But anyway, I got a little small stand of it here. The ones I have here, I'm not really sure what they're called, because there's so many different ones. But the tops of them, well, let's see if you can see this, kind of make an X shape with the leaves staggering on top of each other. So I just wanted to point that out. Something you may want to know. These things seem to get woody. The stems on these right now are kind of soft towards the base, almost hollow-like feeling. But of course, the real way to tell is to actually take a leaf off, which, let's see here, I don't know, and just squish it between your fingers, just rubbing it between your fingers, and then just sniffing it, and then you know you got that minty-like smell, which seems to last quite a time on your fingers after doing that. But anyway, I seen this sitting here and I thought maybe I would share this with you, because more than likely you've passed it up many a times and didn't even know it. It's still something that's still green while everything else is pretty much dying. The leaves in the trees here are all but gone, you can see. So we're heading into winter. I think it's fall right now. So it's just something that might be able to, you might be able to find easier when there's not so much vegetation to drown out basically this particular plant in viewing. So I kind of wanted to do a little walk and show you a few of the trees that are abundant, at least in my area. And right now you're looking at a cedar, sorry. Here's one that's a little bit closer to me here. And this tree works good for tinder, because you can peel back this hairy bark on the surface here. Of course, you can use the back of your knife to scrape some off to get some real nice fine hairs. But this stuff creates a nice tinder bundle material, especially if it's dry. We'll walk over here and I'll show you another tree that's abundant in at least my area. Go with the cottonwood here. Hang on. Some of these are quite large, and the cottonwood, at least for me to identify it, when there's no leaves, it's quite frankly just the bark is so rough and massive. I mean, you can see the size of my hand and the size of the bark. Just real grainy and defined. This is the creek bottom here. See, I got another tree right here. This is a hedge tree. And this is a hard wood. A lot of people around here use it for firewood. It's actually known as the Osage orange, but we just call it a hedge tree because it was planted here in the state of Kansas in what they call hedgerows along all the dirt roads to help rid the dust from blowing around from the Dust Bowl age. But that's a nice hardwood if you're wanting something that's going to last in your fire, at least for here. Cottonwood burns up pretty fast, and cedar pops like crazy. Not really something I like to use. I have another tree behind me, but to be honest with you, I don't have a clue what this one is. If one of you guys want to tell me, that'd be great. Who knows, it could be something I'm standing next to right now, but I don't think so. There's just so many different species, and especially without any leaves, it makes it, or even flowers, because a lot of things are identified with their flowering, because one plant can have one color flower and then another color flower, making it different names. So anyway, I just wanted to show you those few things that are at least abundant in my area. Now there are some willows if you get into some stands of that, but they usually grow in closer to water areas around where I'm at. But it's kind of a resource, this creek right here. Creeks are great resources whether they have water or not. For many of things, I mean, a lot of things like to grow where it's wet anyway. Especially the cottonwood. You'll notice there's a lot of cottonwoods here, and they ain't small. These things stand tall. I mean, massive. But the things with the cottonwoods you really need to watch out for, especially if you're hammock camping, is the dead wood that's up in top. Like I see one here, but you probably can't make out. Those are things you need to look out for. Just be safe, guys. Other things you can look for in creek-fed areas are just dead wood. If it's dry, then you're going to have good wood. There's going to be a lot of dead wood here. Quick burning hot wood, like this even punky wood here we got. Punky wood's more of a coal extender, but anyway. And of course when there's water, then you have water to drink and wash your hands and your dishes and So I just wanted to take that quick little walk and show you a few things that are at least in my area. That way you can have an idea of the resources that I have to work with. And as you can see in this creek bed, there are no rocks. This part of Kansas doesn't have rocks. Don't have rocks laying out anywhere unless somebody actually stuck it there. Or of course then we have the concrete rocks. So anyway, thought I'd point that out real fast.